local election headquarters. Next week, voters will be heading to the polls to choose the next mayor of Taunton. Estelle Borges is challenging incumbent Mayor Shaunna O'Connell. Estelle joins us now live in studio. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Kim, for having me.
So 60 seconds or less, why do you want to be the next mayor of Taunton?
So I have been knocking on doors for the last 9 months, over 5,000 doors, talking with residents, and residents are looking for change. They want a mayor that is transparent, that is accountable, and that is what they're looking for. And I think that as mayor, that I can get a lot done, whereas being one of 9 councilors, it's a lot more difficult to get things done.
Yeah, you mentioned knocking on lots of doors and talking to lots of people. What do you think is the biggest issue facing the voters of Taunton right now, and how do you plan to tackle it?
So overdevelopment with no plan for infrastructure, our school systems, and our police. That is one of the issues. Our tax rate, 9.4%, is what it went up to. And I chose the least impact on our residents, and that was still the highest tax rate across the Commonwealth or the surrounding communities. So, and just, I mean, the whole thing with just restoring integrity, transparency, and accountability back to City Hall.
And what do you think is the biggest difference between you and the incumbent Mayor Shaunna O'Connell?
So I'm the person that wants to bring people together. I listen to neighborhoods. I'm constantly listening to neighborhoods. I've done a lot of work with the neighborhoods to try to save their open space. I'm that person that wants to listen, to bring people to the table to get things done. I don't wait till after the fact where you have 200 residents sitting at City Hall. I think it's important to have our youth, our neighborhoods as part of the conversation, especially with some of these larger developments. And that is one of the biggest differences between her and I.
You mentioned a little bit of this in one of your earlier answers. You've talked about the need to, quote, restore integrity in the mayor's office. Can you sort of spell out what you mean by that?
So there's a lot of the well-connected are the ones that are making all of the decisions. Just like today, yesterday, for instance, what I discovered was a super PAC from Wisconsin that was involved in the race, and local businesses that have contracts with the city put $34,000 into this super PAC that in turn went into the mayor's campaign. There's a lot of procurement that has happened that the city has not done correctly. There's just a lot of things happening at City Hall that, are just not right.
And we'll have the current mayor, Shaunna O'Connell, joining us later in the week here on 12 News at 4. But just before I let you go, just briefly, which former Taunton mayor do you admire the most and why?
Well, there's 2. So I admire Tom Hoy and Bob Nunes. I think that they were both great mayors, and I find myself very much like them about the people and doing what is best for our community and not doing things behind closed doors, but bringing everyone together and doing things together.
All right, Estelle Borges, we are out of time, but thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
And again, Estelle is challenging incumbent Mayor Shaunna O'Connell. That general election is Tuesday, November 4th. Polls will be open in Taunton from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.